September 2020, there was another object discovered by the same telescope in Hawaii called 2020 SO. It was also pushed by reflection of sunlight. That was verified. And moreover, had no cometary evaporation. And after a few weeks, the astronomers said, oh, this one is actually a rocket booster that NASA launched in 1966. It's just the shell of a lunar mission. And because of that, it had a very thin wall and a large surface area.
Who's saying this? Who's saying that that's what it is?
Oh, the same astronomers that discovered Ouamuamua. And the point is, there was never a paper written about it. But here is an example of a technological object showing the same qualitative behavior of Ouamuamua. We know it's technological because we produced it. The question is, who produced Ouamuamua?
The UFOs. What the fuck are they? What the hell are they doing? Why are they where they are? Nobody ever knows any of that. We know a little bit about when we've seen them and who's seen them, I guess. UFOs is like a heebie-jeebie topic for people. Like nowadays you can get pretty far because most people have seen someone like Avi Loeb on some kind of show like Valuetainment talking about something like this. Ouamuamua is one of my favorite because people like Avi Loeb just started showing up on regular ass news shows talking about UFOs, talking about this UFO. Ouamuamua. And no one really saw anything. You know, it was picked up on a lot of sensors. So a lot of data about it was gathered. And it was kind of after it had come and gone that the astronomers that noticed it. But then people like Avi Loeb were just on the TV shows arguing with each other. You know, basically all the other scientists, for the most part, were saying that Avi was nuts. That it had to be something else. It had to be a rock or a piece of ice or a rock with a lot of ice or something. Like this guy, he's pretty sure that was some kind of something alien. And he wants to chase it down. Got things like the Pheonix Lights. And there's something up there. Phoenix, Arizona. Not sure exactly what year. 98. They don't look like flares. Maybe they do. Seems like it should have been a bigger deal whether it was flares or not. One of the biggest things for UFOs and aliens for me has always been the stigma. You know, the jump to, oh, you're crazy, those are flares, motherfucker. Instead of Even if those are flares, which just doesn't seem like that's how flares would be. Then shouldn't we be pissed off about them having flares over the city? Even if they are flares, shouldn't we be pissed off about them having flares over the city? Shouldn't that have been a much bigger deal? That it's just like, well, we don't know. That's better. And then I guess the answer is that they were flares, but so what? Moving on. Weird shit. The Pheonix Lights. This is on. I thought it was calling itself Fox 10, but the YouTube channel is KGun9, whichever one it is. This is maybe KGun9 interviewing this guy 25 years later. Fox 10, Pheonix Fox 10 was making a big deal about it at the time when it first happened. George Knapp, Bob Lazar. Here he's drawn a picture of a flying saucer. Sketch. Infamous. Said he saw more than one. Maybe he said he saw 9 or 12. 9 lined up. This one he's drawing is the sports model, the one that he worked on. And then he saw at least this one, but maybe he mentions a couple fly or be flown later. The day the USA Capitol was invaded by UFOs, 1952, Washington, D.C. UFO incident. I think when you get down to it, whether it's true or not, they've convinced us that most of these kinds of videos are recreations. Something happened in 1952 in Washington, D.C. that freaked out a lot of people. People that are involved in stuff like World War II and Korea. Most recently, we get the 3 videos, I guess. Much debated. This is the Gimbal video. This is called the Unedited Navy Gimbal video. It's weird. You can find people debating this video for hours on X and everywhere else. What is it? This is George Knapp in the flesh. Eight News Now. He's going to toss it over to George Knapp. George Knapp's going to talk to you about, he might talk to you about Gimbal video. There it is. And then they're going to show you the Nimitz stuff. UFO swarm. UFO people don't make a lot of hay until they're arguing about it later, about whether this is, what type of video this is, and whether it's during the day or nighttime. Usually when you're seeing videos like this is like a nighttime video. But a lot of times there could be enhanced video where it's nighttime but it looks like daytime because it's been enhanced. This is Nimitz footage. which seems to be like, aircraft carrier was chased around by a swarm, and a big one that goes into the water, comes out of the water, chases them around for days, I think is the story. You can watch George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell show you all sorts of things that are UFOs or UAPs that, may or may not be aliens or secret man stuff. But you can definitely watch them for hours. You can see jellyfish, you can see go fast, Nimitz, Gimbal, Pheonix Part 2, which I can't remember what that's called. James Fox. I got James Fox in here because of, I think what they're talking about in Moment of Contact is the UFO crash in Varginha, Brazil. And he calls that work Moment of Contact. This is pretty good, an hour and a half here. Older James Fox stuff is better. He's gone and talked to the witnesses, the people who made contact with the aliens. The kids, and then later he goes back when they're not kids, talks to them some more. Varginha is really cool because it's about a UFO crash in Brazil. It's got all the things, all the boxes to check, and then they're checked. It's not in New York City, it's not in Roswell, it's in Brazil. It's in a city, the edge of a city in Brazil. It's got a little bit of ruralness to it, but it's really a city. Crashes, kids come into contact with it at the crash site. Seems like the aliens are hurt because of the crash, because of the reason of the crash. Both. Aliens get out. There is aliens in the city then, making their way through the city. One of them's in a taxi. Brazilian army guys show up, so does Men in Black. They chase down the aliens. Aliens end up in the hospital, and alien. Maybe that alien or other aliens make it back to their ship. The ship is recovered, the aliens are recovered by the Men in Black and the army. And then all the people that the aliens made contact with, were affected physically because of the touching the aliens, psychically from talking psychically, being contacted psychically by the alien, and later by the doctors who were also impacted physically and psychically by the alien. James Fox goes down there and talks to all those people. One of the best parts of James Fox's story of this UFO crash retrieval is him, tracking down the guy who I think is the guy who drove the alien around in a taxi. And that guy has gone off the grid. And James Fox eventually tracks him down. And the guy is really angry to have been tracked down, and that he even wants him to comment on it, and he tries not to, and he keeps pushing, and he finally gets him to comment on it, even though it's technically off the record because it's just with James Fox. So it's a fun story. What I always liked about old James Fox is that he would go and talk to the witnesses, the contactees, and make, physical eye-to-eye contact with them, and hear their story and talk to them and ask them questions, and decide if he believes them or if they're, making up a UFO story. And so he says that he likes to stick to the people that he believes in, the story that he believes, and the people that he can get in touch with multiple times over time so that he can continue to believe them or not believe them. And in these older things with James Fox, I always enjoy that he seems to be, authentic as far as that goes. So Varginha seems to be a really authentic story of a UFO crashing and aliens getting out and, like I said, checking off all the checkbox. Kids, Brazil, crash, alien, taxi ride, hospital, doctors, military, men in black. I think he gets a lot of shit because he doesn't include a lot of moment of contact in the phenomenon or later the program. And now he's supposed to be doing a new, part 2, going back to Brazil to maybe try and, I guess, make up for that. So all the heebie-jeebie things are there in the Varginha, Brazil story that you can easily access through the works of James Fox. We're not going to forget Ashton Forbes. I mean, this is current. This is from yesterday. So I watched a series of videos from him recently where he is doubling, tripling down, quadrupling down on all of it. The videos, the way the orbs work, the pilot, Diego Garcia. And as far as UFO goes and heebie-jeebies, MH370 can't be ignored. Ashton Forbes can't be ignored. Maybe it's all fake. If it's not, it's all fucking terrible. And that's, what's going on with UFOs. We asked Grok about UFOs. I remember exactly what I asked him. Tell me all the UFO sightings. They categorize the UFO sightings into flaps, which is fun for students of ufology. Could start with 1947, Kenneth Arnold, flying saucers, Roswell, Washington, D.C., 1952, Lubbock Lights, Betty and Barney Hill abduction, Samoa incident, Pheonix Lights, Belgian UFO wave, Nimitz encounter, Pentagon UAP videos. So like I was saying at the beginning, that they cover it up in the first place is basically the whole story. Like, what the hell are the flying saucers doing? Why are we covering up the flying saucers? If the flying saucers aren't aliens, or if they are. Like, the cover-up itself is the problem. So UFOs are really cool. We can see lots of people talk about having seen them. There's not a lot of modern video for whatever reason. UFOs are able to defeat ultra-modern video technology. Maybe the older video technology is better at seeing UFOs. It seems like if that's not the case, then we should have a lot cooler video of UFOs nowadays. But, maybe we've been shooting down them UFOs, and so they don't like to come around or be seen. Even, revealing themselves back in the day to schools full of kids doesn't seem to be what's going on anymore. Because the waves are over. It's all the government. The government got all your most ridiculous propulsion scientist flying to China. Redirected to Diego Garcia. They're pretty cool. They're just, Lockheed Martin fooling around. That'd be pretty cool too. We'd watch that movie, right? But what the fuck are they? Who the hell are they? What the hell are they doing? Why are they covering it up? Why are they covering it up? Especially if they're not aliens. What are they covering up? If the aliens are flying over your neighborhood and beaming you up for, snacks and sex, that's creepy stuff. If it's not the aliens, then who is doing that and why? And why are they covering that up? Why are they doing it? So, it's bad no matter which way it goes. Episode 7, the sDm files. Thanks for being with us. Make sure to like the videos. Subscribe to the channel. Find us on x.com/shotgunmine. Drop some comments. Share with your buddies. We appreciate it in all the different ways. Thanks for the help. Thanks for everything. It's time for us to get the fuck out of here.